Hello, this is Grun Games, bringing you T49 video. What can I say about this tank besides the fact that it's freaking amazing? I really like the variants that I played coming up to this tank. Like the M41 Walker Bulldog was especially a treat right here. I really loved the T40 or T37. I don't really remember much of the Chaffee. I haven't played it in so long. But the T49 is where it's at, man. Getting that 152 Shillelagh gun launcher is just amazing. Doesn't have the best penetration values, but it doesn't matter when you're firing 910 damage high explosive shots. The premium ammo loadout, where am I going, is the HE. It's not HE-AT, you get that as your secondary ammo choice, but the primary is HE, and the real kicker about this ammo is the burst radius. You can see it's 5.11 instead of the normal HE, which is 3.66. So this stuff is really good for when you've got to reset a cap and there's a lot of people sitting next to each other, or there's two tanks right next to each other, or you can't get around a corner to shoot at somebody, so you take a shot at the ground right in front of them, which I don't think I have any demonstrations of using this because I just normally run around with the HE because it's so much fun. And just, you can use your speed and maneuverability to get behind a lot of the slower tanks, and a lot of people think, well, it's a derp gun, it's not going to be that effective against tier 10 vehicles with their greater armor values and sloped armor and spaced armor and all the things that are meant to deter this vehicle from being one of the prime damage doers on the battlefield. But I've found that's not the case, seeing as you can just wait until the enemies are busy and not facing you, and then just shoot at this area. This little nice engine blocks are really fun. Causes a lot of fires, causes a lot of ammo wrecks if you can get a side shot on a lot of the tanks, which is where a lot of the tanks store their ammo, so blowing the turret off of a tank is always fun. But without further ado, I will give you some gameplay. Alrighty. Our first replay for the T49 is coming to you from South Coast, and I will be showing you some of the hit and run tactics and the mountain goat capabilities, as I say, for this tank, because it does seem to like to climb hills. I mean, the engine power doesn't let you climb them quickly sometimes, but if you find the right hill or the right slope, you can just ramp it, which is always fun. Yeah, I'm going to scoot along back down the 8-9 line area, so come around this hill, get up some speed, show you exactly what I mean by mountain goat. A lot of tanks can't climb difficult terrain as well as this one can, especially when you pick up speed up to about 80 kilometers an hour and just hit a hill like that. I don't get any shots in that T49, but what I do try to do is climb this hill unsuccessfully. I think it would be a pretty interesting spot to get up to if I could, but it's not going to happen. Maybe in the next physics, but in the next physics I'll probably have flipped trying to do something like that. I spot this T49, proxy spot him, and come corner and take a big old chunk out of his health bar, almost 400 points of damage. He misses me. And the Batchat lays into him a little bit, but the RU-251 on the enemy team finishes off our Batchat. I move back while I'm reloading, hopefully to drop off radar a little bit, see what I can shoot at. Nothing, so I want to finish off this T49 as quickly as possible, knowing that his gun is super dangerous. And there it goes. Now all that's left to contend with is the RU-251 and the M103. M103. The AMX 1390 is going for that RU-251 pretty successfully as he gets some help from the artillery and finishes him off. But he's not going to be able to contend with that M103. He takes him out. Take a snapshot on the move, doing 342 damage. Nice little hit. And now I'm reloading. But his attention is taken by the IS-7, and that's what I mean by contend with tanks that aren't facing me. I still have all of my health because I got lucky against that T49, to be honest. And because the M103 didn't think I was big as a threat as I was. Now I'm going to try to feast on this T49 who's spotted. But as I pull around the corner, there's a T49 just waiting for me. So I don't get a chance at that T92, which is what I meant to say in the first place. But, take a speculative shot at this Jagdpanzer. Don't do much damage, seeing as I hit his side skirts, but I did a little critical damage. I leave them to the IS-7 thinking, oh, that's something that the IS-7 can contend with a little bit better. Pull around this corner to the waiting jaws of a T110E4, but he doesn't try to snap the shot, so I have time to back out of the way, and he backs away as well. And now I'm thinking I'm not really in the best spot. I should probably move, seeing as that IS-7 just died. But first, I'm going to have a T92 snack. So I got that already like I wanted in the first place. And I'm running to get out of the line of fire of that IS-7. Oh, that was a clincher moment. I get away, and I loop back around the hill to where the object is, but he's falling back, so I don't really know why he's falling back. All that's left is his T49 up there with 37 health. And the Jagdpanzer might be coming around that way. But I really want to take this T49's gun out of play. Can't be leaving such dangerous tanks alive. I'm hoping he's still at the bottom of this gorge, but he's used his speed to move up a little bit. I take a speculative snapshot, and I fail, utterly. I see the Jagdpanzer E100 squaring off to try to shoot me. I duck behind the hill, and I think maybe I might be able to spot him, get a shot, but I decide better of it. I don't really feel like going toe-to-toe with something that can take all of my health away in one shot. And so I decide to loop around to try to ambush him. And this is just another good example of how quick and maneuverable this thing is. I mean, I've been able to move around the map unimpeded the whole time, and nothing can keep up with me. And around this hill, I see that the Jagdpanzer has moved. The Jagdpanzer has moved. So, oh, and there he is. And I take a shot as he's turning. I was trying to hit his back doors, but he turned too quickly, and I just snapped the shot and got into cover so that I wouldn't get destroyed. But the Batchat 25 ton is going to come around the corner and deal with him. Another good little tank there, a good tier 10 tank, medium tank. Able to outmaneuver that Jagdpanzer with ease. Jagdpanzer. I see the T110E4, so I go to assist the Batchat, who puts a nice shot into him and just keeps rolling. probably on a reload after that, dealing with it. Jagdpan 3100. Oh, that is what you want right there. The most beautiful shots into the unarmored rear of a tank destroyer or something like that. Another good one to shoot at right there, but he's on my team, so I should probably let him live. And I'm reloading anyway. Now I get to go arty hunting. I'm looking for the other T92 on the enemy team. And I get a little power slide action going in here. That's another fun thing about this tank. You can get it up to speeds where you can just throw it around corners. Can't wait for the next update with the physics so that I can just power slide and drift around corners and snapshot people with this thing. It'll make it so much fun. As I come around this corner, I notice, oh, there's the artillery. So, got plenty of time here. I'll let it aim, and I fire. Don't take off all of his health. Leave him on 55. Waiting for the reload, but our Batshot friend comes in and finishes. Oh, no. The other artillery finishes him off. And then all that's left is the E100, and that gets taken out by the Waffen PZ4. Second replay comes from Mountain Pass on a pretty even teams. It's a little bit better matchmaking for me this time. Not so many tier 10 vehicles. A lot more lightly armored vehicles as well. And in this replay, I get a Top Gun, which is pretty nice. I do like acquiring those. Those are helpful to making me look awesome. But besides that, they don't really do much. I start out going down the 1-2 line because I figure I can get some initial spots, but the T-37 seems to rocket way ahead of everyone else. He started in a pretty good position to do so as well. This Charioteer and this T-54E1 aren't letting me get by him, so I just kind of draft off the Charioteer until I can pass him. Now it's just full throttle ahead and trying to get to that spot where I can do some damage or see some enemies. And as I come around, some people get spotted. I'm like, I can deal with these. This many people, it's okay. I can get a snapshot or two. So I think I'll shoot at the side of that E50M. That should be pretty decent. Only 61 damage. And then I spot a whole bunch of other people, so I decide, you know what? Nope, screw that. I'm getting out of here. Nope, not dealing with that. Flank that. That's a better idea. I notice that the IS-6 near the bridge is all lonely, and there's not really many people near base, so it's pretty safe to leave this corner to its own devices, because that's where the majority of our teams are, is at the JK 1-2 corner or the 7-6 BC Ice Road. Those are the two major pockets on this map. Besides where I am right now, a lot of tank destroyers prefer to camp here, but I fly by this area because I have bigger fish to fry, and I don't want to go down Ice Road because it's marshy terrain. You can't go as fast. I understand that cutting across this bridge is a risk, but I know that there's not probably going to be anybody camping because everybody else has been spotted on the other two corners, and this T-37 seems to be the only thing defending the middle road, so I use it to my advantage. Quickly take out the T-37. Nom nom nom. Lightly armored vehicles are so tasty. Hello, Lorraine 15551. I will now climb this cliff to get to you. Again, the natural environment of the T49. The mountain goat sights its prey. I use lock on because I don't want to try to manually aim while negotiating these bumps and rifts. I find that my crew is accurate enough to pull off shots like that. I see the AMX 1390 and the SU 12244, and I decide to duck under the tank destroyer's gun and deal with the light tank because I'm much more likely to be able to one-shot him. And I'm reloading, but he hits my loader, so it lengthens my loading time, and I didn't notice until after I killed him. So right about now is when I realized, oh, I gotta get my loader back in. And run from the SU 12244 because that VK4502A is not paying attention to me. He's got other problems. And I think he's only got 1,000 health, and I've got his rear end. Oh, this is like a match made in heaven. Yep, he's not paying attention to me. The SU-122 can't catch up. I zoom in, aim for his fuel tank, and hit it. Fire. Fire. Watch him burn. Burn. And then I head up down through the ice road. I'm going to leave that SU-12244 to find out how many friends we have on this corner. I see the Tu-54E1, try to duck behind the rock so he can't get a shot at me. That seems to work pretty well. He's going to try for a second shot. And, oh, there's my shot. So I take a snapshot at him, killing him for my 5th kill. I check to make sure that SU-122 hadn't flanked around, but he gets spotted by the IS-6. And I check this corner, because you never know. I think that you'd notice when one of your teammates just explodes, but nobody seemed to care or pay attention. I come around this corner a little quick, notice the 112, lock onto him, let it aim for a second, fire. I didn't do all of his health, which is kind of sad. I should have hit him and aimed a little bit more and hit him in the side skirts instead of just going for a center of mass shot like I did. But you live and you learn, right? And come around this corner, try to spot him again as I'm reloading. I could take that shot, or I could take out the T30, which has the more dangerous gun. So I deal with the T30. More damage for me. I'm up to 3,029 damage, which is nice. And I'm hoping to get a shot on this 112 as I'm reloading. And as I come around the corner, oh no, the Conqueror. Conqueror finishes me off. Takes a meaty hit from the VK, I think, and pulls around this corner. He's going to try to deal with the T30. Takes a shot and receives a shot, and that is game. And for our final replay, we have a game on cliffs. This game, I don't do as much damage, sadly, but I get to a great scouting position, which everybody likes to get to in their light tanks or fast tank destroyers and mediums, which is up on the lighthouse at the 7-8 EF area. Those 4 blocks. And if you can secure that area for your team, you get spots on basically the whole map, which is really, really advantageous, especially the people coming around the 9-0 line, 8-9 line really, because the O line's water, but you can scout really easily into the 5, 6, 7, and 8 area around GH and J. Get some nice spots, but I have to compete with this 131 to get up there. and it's kind of a standoff. He doesn't want to come out in front of my gun, and I know if I go any further, I'll be susceptible to shots from people down behind the 131. So it's kind of like, peekaboo, I see you. Oh shit, I see everybody else too. Run away. Oh, the T-71's in my way. So I angle my hull armor and think, screw it, I'm going to make a break for it. And here I go. Oh, I receive a shot in the rear. I get that engine fixed though in no time. Don't want to be trying to climb a cliff with low horsepower. It's just, you're going to be a sitting target. So I managed to make it all the way to the top. And now I can put my coated optics to work. This is another advantage of having coated optics. Your view range is so much better even on the move, and unlike binoculars, you don't have to stay stationary to get that view range. I spot the E25 and the Jagdpanther 2, but the 131's coming up to try to deal with me, and I notice him a little late, actually. I should have noticed him a little sooner, but I wasn't really paying attention to my map. And map awareness is really critical for games. I mean, a lot of people don't pay attention to their map, which is, quite frankly, how you lose games. I take him out one shot. Nom nom nom. Light armor. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Doesn't matter if you're facing me or not. My high explosive is just gonna chew through something with only 80 to 100 millimeters of armor. Doesn't matter whether or not I penetrate at that point. Try to get a shot on this Jagdpanther, but by the time I let it fully aim, the Jagdpanther is gone out of range. I suppose I could have fired a little sooner, but even with the travel time, I think I would have missed. Try to get a shot on this E25, but he disappears again. There's no way I'm going to hit that guy from that range. I still try, but I just can't. I can't get it. So I divert to the Jagdpanther again. Jagdpanther 2. And that was unfortunate. It just went low. That's this aiming for you. The accuracy on this gun is terrible, but it's to be expected with something this high caliber. Can I get the shot on the E25? Oh, somebody takes most of his health away. But I waste a shell for the 2 damage. Why not? Take the gun out of battle, right? I mean, I'm not getting full credits for the damage versus how much the shell costs, but that doesn't matter because I think I can get this guy. Let's see. And the aimer's ticking in. Reloaded. Fire. Full damage. Full health. Yes. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's awesome getting one-shots in this tank. It's more fun than the KV2 in my opinion. Because when you can set a tier 9 tank with most of its health on fire and kill it because they've already used the fire extinguisher or what have you, it's just so satisfying. I mean, the KV2 is fun, but you can't get up to a 72 kilometer an hour clip. It's just not going to happen. Not even if you're falling off of a cliff. And this is the best shot of this game. Just right for the ammo rack of the T44, blown up, and all he can say in the team speak is, well, holy shit. Which I can't really blame him. That is a holy shit moment. And that's it for my T49 gameplay videos. I duly named this the Mountain Goat. But it's just such a beautiful vehicle, and I recommend it to any of you who play. Bye-bye.